Hello guys, welcome to the 17th video of our Python playlist, and in this video we will discuss about the binary files. So the binary files, as we know that the language for machines is the binary language, right? So the binary files instead of text files are shorter in size and they are easy to decode for the machines because they are written in the binary format. But if we, as a humans, we open that file and we will be unable to read that because it contains symbols. So the benefit is that because it is in binary format, the files are in binary format, so they are smaller in size, and because they do not need any type of encoding, so they are easy to access and easy to read and write for the computers. So in Python, we use the pickle library for data manipulation inside a binary file. So today, in this video, we will discuss an example. Let me import pickle here first. So in this example, what we will be doing is that we are taking name and age of person, and then we will be changing that name, or we will be basically we will perform the crude operations inside a file. Like we will be creating a file, we will be reading a file, we will update that file, and we will delete the data stored inside a file. So let me create a function def add data. If I show you guys my directory, so there is just the code file, the Python file stored in this directory. So now I have made a add data function, and in this function what I am going to do is that I am going to ask the user to enter the data. To add the data, we have to open the file in the append mode. So what we will be doing is f is equal to open, and then we will write file.dat, and then we have to open this in the append mode. So AB is append in binary file. Alright, then what we have to do is we have to take a list. For example, L is equal to list, and then we have to ask the user that what name and what age he or she is going to be entering. So name is equal to input, enter name, and age is equal to integer input, enter age. If a user wants to add multiple data, for that we can ask the user choice is equal to integer input, enter number of persons you want to enter. Okay, so while we can take I is equal to 0 over here, while I is lesser than choice, then we will carry on with the loop. And here what we will be doing is that record is equal to a list in which we will be storing name in the first index and age in the second index. And then we will increment I plus equal 1, followed by we will also append that data into the list L dot append rec. And afterwards, because we have this multiple data, so we have to store this into our binary file. So for that, we use the dump function of the pickle library. So pickle.dump, and here we will add the list into a file that is f. and then finally we will close the file. Now let me call the add data function and let's see that whether our function is working fine. So enter number of person you want to enter. So let's say we have 2. Enter name John, age is 34. Then again it is asking for the name Suzanne and the age is 47. So now you can see that the data has been entered and I should write over here that print data entered successfully. Okay, now just want to see what data is stored. So for that we have to write def read data, and inside that we will first take a data variable which will be storing our data, and then we will write try while data. This means the data is coming from the file. Then what we will do is data is equal to pickle dot load f, the file pointer basically. And then we can print the data using the for loop. So for I in data, and then we will print I. And here we will write except print end of file read. And here we have to open the file also for reading. So f is equal to open. Here I will write file.dat, and in the read mode, and then we will close the file. So you guys can see that John and Suzanne is printed. Okay, now we have read the data from the file and we have also entered the data into the file. Now it's time to update the data. So we will be using the same code, but this time we will be we will be asking the user to give us the key, and in my example I am taking the name as the key. So we are just allowed to update the age. So key is equal to input, enter name, right? Now, what we will be doing is that as we have entered the name, enter name for which you want to update the age. So, in this for loop now, what we will be doing is that if I index position 0 equals the key, then we will, for example, then we will ask the user to enter the to input the integer. So new age is equal to integer input, enter the age. So now what we will be doing is that I index position 1 will be equal to new age, and then we have to keep the previous data as well as the updated data now. But previous data means in this case that the data which is not updated. For example, the persons whose name was not entered, right? So what we will be doing is that we have to take a list, and in that list we will append the I. Else we will do the same. That, for example, uh, if the age or name is not found, we will just update that data. We will just append that data into the list. Then after closing the file, this time we will be opening the file in the write mode. This means that the file will be updated, but now the new data that will be entered is including the existing data and the updated data in that existing data. So in this regard, what we will doing is that f is equal to open, and here we will write again the same thing, but this time we will change this to the write mode, WB. Then pickle dot dump, we will just append the list, and then we will close the file again. And here we will write that we can also take a flag over here. Found is equal to true, false. So here uh, we will take the found is equal to true, and here what we will be doing is that if found equal equal uh, found equal false, then we will say that print the data not found, right? So here I should do the update data, and here we have to write F because we have to dump that data L into the file. Read data, then we will call the update data, and then we will read the data again so that we can see that whether the data is updated or not. So, firstly, John age is 34 and Suzanne's age is 47. I want to update John's age, so the age is 53, for example. And now you guys can see that here we have a, uh, the other read data function called, and we can see that uh, John age, which was 34 previously, is now updated with 53. Now the last thing, that we have to delete a data from the file. The code is almost same. The code is almost same for that. Just what we have to do is that we have to change the name of the function delete data, and if the name is found, so we will not append that data into the file, into the list, for example. So let me use the delete data function now, and then read data again. So enter, let's say we, just a second, I didn't update, I don't want to update data now. Here you go. I just want to read data. Uh, and we have to, you want to delete. Enter name which you want to delete is the other change. Is the third change that we have to do. And now if I run this, let's say I want to delete Suzanne's data. So now you guys can see that just John 53 is printed. Now let's say that I add another data, Picasso, let's say, because I don't want to delete that anymore. The data not found. Now we have to enter some persons, 3, No, two persons are enough. Then we will write Simon, age is 56. Then we have Simon's age is 47, for example. The data has been entered successfully. If I want to read the data, so it can be read again. Uh, the read function is called first. Let me comment this. Now let me see how data looks like. So you guys can see that we have John, Simon, and Simon's. The data is stored now. Let me update the data. Update data. Run this. So and then I have to run the read data function. So if I run this, enter name for which you want to update the age. Simon is the one. The age of Simon, let's say 93 now. So if you guys can see that John age is 53, it's the same, but Simon's age is updated. Now let's remove Simon from the data. So let me comment all these and then I use the delete data. So Simon is the one. I unfortunately didn't run the read data function. So I just have to read the data. Let me comment this and you guys can see that Simon is no more in the data. So I hope in this detailed video we discussed that how we can update the data, we can read the data, we can delete the data or we can add data in a binary file. So see you guys until the next video. Take care. Goodbye.